a chance. But look, I promise I got something for him today. I'm gonna get him moving in group. No. I'm gonna make him put a back into it. Put a back into it. Yeah. Oh, what's up? Hey, it's your boy LaDante Lots here with Jigga Robics and my brother
Xavier Beretta, aka Smiles. Yeah.
Let's go. We're here at the Childcare Millionaire Conference in Houston, Texas. And you already know what time it is. It's time to elevate.
For the folks that have been in this community for a minute,
Hey everybody, welcome to day 2 of our challenge. We are really excited to be here with you today. So we're going to let everyone come on in, get in the room. We don't want you to miss not even a moment of what's about to happen. Thank you for joining us on day 2. We're going to be getting started in just a second. Make sure you do me a favor. Go ahead and send this video by sharing it so some more people can join us. Yesterday, we had a fabulous time, and we're coming back for more for day 2. Now, if you learned a lot yesterday, go ahead and drop in the chat something that you executed on yesterday. Let me know something you executed on yesterday. I want to know what you did yesterday to make this Plan Your Year challenge phenomenal. We talked about our goals. We talked about making sure that we knew who we had on our team, who we had on our rosters. We had a really, really great day, and I love reading everything that everyone learned yesterday. It was very eye-opening to meet some of the new people who have joined us for the very first time. So we welcome you to the Childcare Millionaires family. Let me know if you can hear and see me well. We do have 2 of our computers up today. I'm hoping that we maintain very good sound today. I am going to be moving back over to our main computer in just a second. But while we do that, do me a favor and drop something that you learned on yesterday. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. We want to know exactly what you learned yesterday. We want to know what you implemented yesterday, because it's not just about being here for a moment. It's about you doing the work. And if you're not going to do the work, it doesn't make a lot of sense for you to spend this time. So what did you do yesterday to move your vision forward? We want to know. So go ahead and share that with us. We in the chat. We're going to love to read them while we move over to our main. Yay, I see a lot to do my SWOT analysis. I love it. To set goals for enrollment and for summer camp. To put a plan in place to elevate our B players. Listen, we can't get rid of the whole team, but we will be getting rid of those F players, right? Recognize those A, B, and F players. This is so phenomenal. Planning with a purpose makes a difference. Looking at annual projections is great. We're going to be doing that on Thursday, really taking a deep dive into the money flow of our businesses. Excellent. Planning is necessary for success. I love it. Updating my policies. Come on, setting goals. This is good. Keep it coming. I have a written plan, all right, and setting goals. We're making sure that this week we're going to pull it all together on Friday. But every single day this week, you should be making sure that you have your goals set, right? I learned a lot about SWOT planning. Good. Goals and checklists, grading my employees to elevate those B players. Sharice said, I did my homework. I think that's the best post. That's the best post right now. I did my homework. So thank you all for not only coming in and participating, but also coming in with a mind to serve your business well in these last few days of the year. So today is December the 27th. If you're watching this replay, that means you have all day the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st. You got 5 days, and 5 happens to be the number of grace. You got 5 days, right, to end this year well. You have 5 days to make a difference in your business. You have 5 days. I love this. Monica said, including my leaders in the master plan. I love it. How many of you know it's your team that can hold you up? It's your team that's going to execute the goals, right? It's your team that's going to make sure that you that the vision is carried out. And so it's so important to include your team. Taja says setting goals and becoming more organized. I love it. Updating my job descriptions and set clear goals and objectives. Keep it coming. You can post all of your homework in the Facebook group. If you don't already are a part of the Facebook group, we let about 200 people in the Facebook group yesterday. And let me go ahead and drop the link to the Facebook group. And we will let more people in today if you request doing the challenge. So let me go ahead and drop that. You want to make sure that you join that Facebook group. Thank you, Allison, for reminding us to mention that. So let's get on with our challenge today. We have so many things that we're going to be working on, but our goal of this challenge is to really help you take control of 2024, right? And that was our word for yesterday, is to take control. But today, our word is going to be different. Our word is going to be success. Everybody drop the word success in the chat. Drop the word success in the chat. Right? And what's so amazing about this success that we want to accomplish is that we can do it if we have a plan. And there are going to be times we may not completely hit every marker on our plan. But how many of you know that you're most likely to reach your goal if you're tracking towards it? You're most likely to show improvement if improvement is important to you. But if you don't make those things a priority, there is no way that you're going to hit a goal because you don't have it established. Yesterday, I gave the example of a GPS. Today, I want to give you an example of a dartboard. Right? If you have ever played darts, you have this bull's eye. And even if you keep striking for that bull's eye, the closer you get to it, the more successful you feel, right? Sometimes we hit the outer rim first, and then we get into the inner rim. But when you hit that bull's eye, and that's the kind of year that we want. We want 2024 to be our year where we're hitting the bull's eye time and time again, because we're practicing success. We're practicing organization. We're practicing being prepared. If you are ready to practice with me so you can reach optimal success, say, I'm ready. Go ahead and let me know that you're ready, because success is imminent and success already belongs to us, right? And how do I know that? Brady, how do you know success belongs to me? You don't know me. You don't know my story. You don't know what I've been through. I know my story. And I can promise you this, that God is no respecter of person. And he wants us to prosper in health, in business. He wants us to make an impact in the world. So if you believe that, you got to be prepared. I'm going to give y'all my Sunday school lesson for today. So yesterday, I talked about how Sunday school in my life was really instrumental, right? But I can remember the story of the 10 virgins. Y'all remember this story? Or, my mama made us go to Sunday school. I think it's because she wanted a little extra time in the morning. I don't remember her going as often as she made us go. Well, I don't know. But I remember the story of the 10 virgins, and 5 of them had oil in their lamp, and they were ready. And then 5 of them did not have oil in their lamp. In 2024, let's keep oil in our lamp. So when opportunities come, we can set that lamp on fire and we can blaze the way. Let's keep oil in our lamp. So when that center comes open and we want to buy it, we can buy it. Let's keep oil in our lamp. So when we have a bad time or a season of, we have something to fall back on. We want to be prepared this year. And a part of our plan for 2024 is to be prepared and to keep oil in our lamp. When we're tired, we have to have systems in place. When we have an influx of new kids, we have to have systems in place. Those systems is a part of our oil. So today we're going to talk about success, how to be prepared for success. Yesterday we talked about taking control and knowing where we are. But today we're going to talk about success. And success is ours. It belongs to us. I'm going to even mention to say it's our birthright. It's our birthright. And so we've been talking about this childcare mafia mentality since November. And that's really having momentum in your business, accountability, focus, influence over who, Brandy? My staff, myself, my family, my community, making sure that the things that I'm doing are not only helping me, but helping those around me, using my voice to make sure that I have a clarion call to the community, that I stand for quality, that I stand for great pay rates, that I stand for livable wage, that I'm here if you need me, that I'm a pillar in the community, right? That's influence in my bank. When I walk in, they say, hey, Miss Woods, she has funds here. She has money here. She's impacting the community. Whatever she needs, we need to make sure she gets it to her. Influence with who? Influence with the state, right? Influence with stakeholders. We have to get out of our centers. That's why it's important that we have directors and leaders. Because if we have directors and leaders who are protecting the vision. Now, we talked about our role yesterday as owners. We have to cast the vision, right? We hold the vision. But our leaders, they're protecting the vision as we're going outside of our centers, outside into the marketplace, into the community, into legislation. We're fighting for rights for childcare. We have to have a measure of influence. Everybody needs to understand, if childcare don't go to work, nobody goes to work. We have to use that influence for our good. And then last but not least, alliances. I'm going to share with you guys one of my biggest alliances today that's helping me trailblaze a new level of success. I said a new level of success. Everybody put it in the chat, new level. So we've all had this measure of success, right? And this success has allowed us to stay open. This success has allowed us to employ people. This success has allowed us to buy buildings. This success has allowed us to establish great home centers, right? And that level of success was good. But that level of success is over. We need new success. We need a new level of success, right? We can't live off of yesterday's success. Just like I can't live off of last year's turkey. I'm not going to eat last year's turkey. I'm almost scared of the turkey from Christmas. So why do we think we can live off of last year's success? It's good that you did that then. It's good that you championed for that then. But it's time for a new level of success. And our new level of success is going to come from one of the key ideas in the mafia mentality. And that's that you need alliances. We do not have to stand as islands alone in childcare. That is a lie. People have told us we can't all thrive and prosper. We shouldn't share. We shouldn't share our rates. We shouldn't do all of these things. That is a lie. You have to have alliances. You have to have technology alliances. You have to have enrollment alliances. You have to have other sisters and brothers in childcare that can help you navigate the way. We have to band together against some of the things that the state wants us to do that's unreasonable. We have to band together when parents try to misuse us or, not do right by us. And then they're going to take that nonsense to our center sister down the street. We have to realize that everything that people say about the next childcare worker is not true. And that if we band together as an industry, we're stronger than if we stay by ourselves. That's why I totally hate the stigma of that childcare owners don't work together and we don't share. You can have all of my stuff, because the only thing that's going to happen is I'm going to help you and then you're going to help me. It does not hurt me to help you. And this is one of the things that we have to realize in the childcare mafia mentality, that we are not competitors. We are collaborators in this industry. So if you're doing something great for your staff, I need to duplicate that great thing and do it with my staff, right? As long as I'm doing it in integrity. If you're doing something great to bring in students in your city, and I'm in a city 300 miles away, I need to be doing that same great thing in my city. If you're using a great software in a great company, I need to be aligning myself with that same software in that company. That's why we preach to people, let's get to Childcare Millionaires Live. Come meet vendors, come meet sisters and brothers in childcare, because our brothers show up. We had about 60 brothers. And when I say brothers, I mean men folk, as my mama would say. The men folk. We had about 60 men in childcare, because men in childcare, they are necessary to what we're doing. So I just want to encourage you to hold on to this mafia mentality, because it's this mentality that's going to keep us stuck together. And that stickiness is going to form an alliance that we cannot be defeated, right? We don't have to do these things on our own. So who is this loud lady? Somebody said yesterday, girl, I thought you were a scam. I'm not a scam. I am a real person, and I'm a childcare owner just like you. My name is Brandy Wood Smith. I am a childcare owner in Houston, Texas, but I'm also the founder of Childcare Millionaires Association, where I am the chief millionaire maker, the CMM. My goal is to make sure that you make millions in your business, that you create a legacy for your family, and that you never close. And the day that you decide to retire, that you sell for a great payday. My goal is to make sure that you have the resources, the relationship, and the alliances to move far in your business. Our goal is to make sure you always have a renewed mindset when it comes to your business, and that we stand in a place of accountability and responsibility when it comes to the children and the families that we serve. So for those of you who've never met me, just tell me hello in the chat. For those of you who love me, tell me hello. I love you. Send me a message of hope and goodwill. I need it. I need it. I need it. I want it. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. So thank you so much. Tamika says, I'm definitely real. You know, a lot of people always say, when they hear people on the internet, they don't know, who to trust and who not to trust. So I say, come and try us and see if we're real. Get into our Facebook group, get into our communities, and we're definitely here for you. And we can't wait. Hey, winner, we can't wait to and you've been looking good in your shirts, winner. We can't wait to commune with you and have a relationship with you. So here's our plan for success. We are going to be on here a hot hour and 15 minutes every day from 10 to 11:15. For those of you who got VIP at 11:30, we will have our VIP Q&A today. And we'll have a VIP Q&A tomorrow on Thursday. And those are our 2 VIP experiences. The VIP is for those people who bought the VIP pack, and we'll drop that link in the chat. We do want you to get that pack if you choose to. It will help you not just navigate the challenge, but it will also help you navigate the year. The resources in the challenge pack are for all year. The resources in the challenge pack is not just for today. So you want to set your clock for 9:55. You want to have your challenge pack ready. You want to do your daily assignments. Yesterday, you have 4 assignments. You were supposed to answer your 21 questions. You were supposed to do your SWOT analysis. And you also were supposed to make a list of your goals. Those were your 3 assignments from yesterday. You can post those assignments in the Facebook group. Some of them are going to be personal, and you're not going to want to post everything. That's totally okay. Nope, no problem with that. But you do want to join the conversation. So thank you guys for posting. And thank you for those who replied to the post. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to do me a favor. If you're willing to do this favor, just put yes in the chat. Before I even tell you, if you're willing to be obedient, just put yes in the chat. Let me give you a minute to give some yes. All right, we're gonna We're gonna move stages today if we have to. All right, let me make sure that we only have one screen in. I see that you guys can hear me. I want to add this. Move. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna make sure I keep up 2 computers all day because nothing's gonna stop this party on today. You hear me? Now, one thing is gonna stop this party on today. So let me go ahead and start back presenting. All right, here we go. So we want to make sure that we have this plan for success. The other thing, make sure you have your VIP packet. If you haven't got it, I just dropped the link inside of the comments so you can grab that. And it includes all of these things. You'll get the replays after the challenge. We keep the replays up on the page. We keep them up until Sunday. After Sunday, they will come down and they will be emailed out to people who bought the VIP pack. You get the VIP group sessions. One is today. You're going to get all of these worksheets, these review templates to help you run fast in 2024. You also have been getting badges every day in your email. Today, you'll get the badge that says process and automation. When you do your homework, you can post your homework in the Facebook group with this badge. That's totally okay. We want to make sure that you have these badges and you can post them. I'll also drop them in the Facebook group. But our main goal in posting these badges is to make sure that you have everything that you need, right? That you have everything that you need. Yes, good. I love it. They say I've set my goals. I've done it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Excellent. So our next thing is you'll get your badges. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about financial wellness. And on the last day, we put the whole game plan together. On the last day, we put the whole piece of the puzzle together. So what have you been saying? I asked everyone yesterday if you enjoyed it, if you would go in the Facebook group or email me. And some of you did exactly that. I mean, I cried real tears. I'm going to show you one post that really moved my heart yesterday. But Mary said, listen, today was so helpful. I just got a building that's 8,800 square feet. Can we just celebrate for that? Can we just celebrate that she got the building, right? I don't own the building yet, but I'm at the end of my 5-year lease. I plan to purchase. I'm going from a home daycare to a center, which is a huge transition. I'm so glad that you're here, Mary. And I'm hoping that the things that you learn will really help you fill that building up. She said today it gave me the idea to do the following, right? To go ahead and do my summer camps, focus on my toddler and pre-K, how to evaluate my staff, budgeting. All of these things are so important. So we congratulate you. We congratulate you. We thank you for being here, and we can't wait to see you fill up that center. Give us a date, Mary. When do you want this center filled up by? Give us a date so we can celebrate with you. What is the date that we're going to fill this center up by? Let me know in the chat. What is the date? Because we want to know. What is the date? We want to stand in agreement with you. We're so excited for you. The next one was Angela Price. She said day one was encouraging. It made me understand clearly that I had to be in this room. Come on, get in the room. I learned always to do my budgets in accordance with the true number and roll. Never count coins at the end of the statement of cash flow. Yes, and when I have paid upcoming bills. The thing that hit me the hardest is when I had to grade my staff. I'll keep the A's and B's, but them effing warm bodies gotta go. I died laughing when I read this. How many of y'all are going to have to say rest in peace to the roaring bodies? If you want to say rest in peace to the roaring bodies, just put RIP in the chat. Just put RIP in the chat. Just go ahead and put RIP in the chat. Like, listen, the warm bodies gotta go. I don't have time for this. The warm bodies have got to go. Then Dr. Trina really warmed my heart. Dr. Trina, I want to first of all thank you not only for sharing and being transparent, but the level that you shared at was so encouraging. Right? She said, listen, I'm going to be grateful and not forget where we started. I hope that someone else caught hold to that yesterday. As an owner, I carry the vision, right? GPS. Oh, I have to know where I'm at right now, the current location, to take a snapshot where I am now, to know where I'm going or how to get where I'm going. Know how many students you actually need, butts in seats, and have that budget based on enrollment. The importance of a SWOT, putting processes in place, appreciate your A staff, goal setting, theme for the city. Come on now. You got it. You got it. And then Gina said, listen, y'all, I'm fairly new to the group, but I want to drop by and thank Brandy for the knowledge that she dropped on us. I took a snapshot of where I am in my business and in my life. Everybody say my life, because we're not doing this business just to do business. This is our life. This is the real deal of what we're going through. And when you take hold to that and you remember that, it does help you prioritize some things. She says, I'm grateful where I am today, and I'm hopeful about the journey that I'm about to take in 2024. My goal is to start this new year off with the mafia mentality. It's a new year, and I'm bringing a new intention and mindset to the table. I'm looking forward to what's next. Listen, guys, this is what it takes. This is what it takes. I'm so excited for those of you who share, and it's not too late to share. We want you to go into the Facebook and really begin to share what you learn, because what we're doing is it's more than just how you say formality, right? This is our real life. We put blood, sweat, and tears into what we're doing. So today we're going to start day 2. Everybody's put day 2 in the chat. And day 2, I'm really excited about it because we're talking about processes. We're talking about automation. And this really, for me, is the thing that allowed me to move faster. All right, we're back on our regular computer. It really allowed me to move faster. So day 2, I want you to be up and ready. I want you to be up and ready. Before we start the content for day 2, can you please share this video? Can you go ahead and click the share button? We did our review of day 1, and day 2 is going to be amazing. If you give me the next 30 minutes of your life, I am going to infuse you with some real things that I think is going to make us go faster in 2024. And I don't mean fast where it hurts us or it cripples us, because some speed, you can move sometimes too fast and you forget to keep the main thing the main thing. I really believe this. The way you do one thing is the way you do all things. So when it comes to your business, anytime I'm moving so fast where I have an attitude or I'm unapproachable, I know it's time for me to slow down, because at the heart of what I'm doing is to help people. And so I can't hurt people and help people at the same time, okay? So I'm not talking about that kind of speed that hurts people, but I'm talking about the redemption of time. Anybody need to redeem some time? Anybody feel like, you know what? There's some things that I should have by now that I don't have. There's a place where my business should be right now that it's not. How many of you want to talk about the redemption of time, the redemption of finances, the loss of income, the loss of systems when people left? I'm talking about that speed. I'm talking about this uncommon, really fast-paced acceleration of making sure we streamline our operations and we get it back up, right? One of the things that you have to know, that in every season, you're going to have to lay aside things that are no longer serving you. And some of the ways that we operate our childcare centers are so far in the past from other businesses. We literally are like dinosaurs to other businesses. We're slow and we're clunky and we don't have very good systems, and we just move at a slower pace than other businesses, and we don't understand why we don't have the same income. Other businesses are not afraid to raise their prices. They're not afraid to try new technology. But us, this is the way we've always done it. And I don't know, we don't have to do all of that. But our businesses are slow and clunky. And one of the reasons why people do not invest in childcare centers, I mean, like you getting investors, is because your speed of making money is too slow. You are so infused in your business that your business don't work without you. So nobody wants to buy something that they cannot scale and grow. If your business needs you every single day, it's not a business, it's only a job. And I know this is going to be hard. You're like, Brandy, you were just being so kind. What happened? Because I really want us to understand this today. That if our business cannot work without us one day, 1 week, 1 month, we have just created us a different type of job and not a business. So what makes a business a business? Processes, people, and automation. Processes, people, and automation, right? If you can hear me, put the number 3 in the chat for those 3 things. Just put the number 3 in the chat so I can know that you're with me. I should have 174 threes. They say it's 174 people online with us right now. Let's go. We need to have these 3 things. So as we go through our VIP pack today, we're going to be talking about the automation checklist. That's going to be one of our main things that we talked about. And we're also going to talk about our staff avatar. And we're going to talk a little bit about our owner analysis worksheet, right? And the reason why we're going to talk about these 3 things is we're going to align around what do we need to automate in our business first, the pros and cons of automations, what systems may you need to have. And we are beginning a good work, but we do know this work will carry on into the new year, okay? So don't beat yourself up if you're like, oh my God, I can't do all of this in 4 days, Brandy. These 4 days is for you to make the plan. The next 12 months is for us to execute the plan, okay? So nobody is going to sit in any kind of condemnation and any kind of judgment, all right? We're just in our planning stage so we can know where we're going to focus on in 2024. That's that focus in that mentality, okay? So we've been talking about the mafia mentality already. I'm not going to cover this. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be very, very, very honest with me. If you had to walk away from your business today, could your business survive 6 weeks without you? If you had to walk away today, you couldn't have any major meetings. Could your business survive without you? I haven't seen a yes yet. Thank you, Tamika, for your honesty. She said, hell to the no. Shakay said, one of my centers can. Bethany said, no, ma'am. Robin said, yes. Okay, good, Robin. Sharice, no. No. I saw another yes. Let me see if I can go back and find it. I want to know who it was. Melanie said yes. I love this, Denise. Denise says, I really don't know. I really don't know if it could. Frederica said yes. Okay. I love it. I love it. Wanda said yes. Marjorie said no. Allison said yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to say we definitely have more no's than yeses. And my little playhouse says, listen, I guess it's a job right now. This is okay. This is just a revelation of a goal. And so one of the things that I want us to realize is there are some things that we hold in our business, and you know what? They are kind of important, like paying payroll. I don't let anyone pay payroll, but if I needed to, my CPA should be able to run payroll for me. And my CPA should be able to transfer funds for me, right? If I needed to. I still do the majority of the scheduling at my centers just because I want to control payroll. But my directors know how to duplicate the schedule, and they know how to make scheduling adjustments. So I want you to think of the things that could not run without you. And I want you to put them on your threat list, on your SWOT analysis. We're going to make it all work together. We're going to make it all work together. Because anything that only you can do could be a threat on your business. If you believe that, say, okay, I got it. So I wouldn't give anyone, this is the key word here, I wouldn't give anyone the access to my accounts, but I would give my CPA, who is legally bound to those accounts and signs an NDA and has some ethical rights to my account. But anyone, I'm with you. I wouldn't give anyone. It's just like I wouldn't give anyone access to my family. Not anyone, but someone. Yes. And so you have to vet and know who your anyones are and who is your someones. I don't think anyone who should have access to everything of yours, but there has to be someone there that you trust enough to help you. And if not, you got to figure out what's your workarounds to that, right? Or you're always tied to the day-to-day of your business. Okay, let me know if you can hear now. I switch screens real quick. Let me know if you can hear now. I'll wait just a second. I'll wait just a second to see if you can hear. Okay, good. I'd rather use my other screen, but I'll stay over here for a second because I don't want to break up the information. Okay, so I'll stay on this screen just for a second. It may take me a little bit longer to go through the presentation, but we'll work through it. All right. Yay. So when we're talking about our A players, our B players, and our F players, we already yesterday came up with a strategy of how we could do more to make sure that we are growing those players, to make sure that we are giving them what they need to really, really thrive. So today we're going to talk more about you. And when I say more about you, how can you make sure that you're doing what you need to do? So one of the things in your challenge pack is an owner analysis. And this owner analysis is going to break down for you what you should be doing and what others should be doing in your business. All right. How many of you know that there's power in delegation? And so put power. Now, there's even more power in automation, but let's start with delegation first as our main power. So I want everybody to look at this form, the owner role analysis. Tonight, this will be a part of your homework. What I want for you to do tonight is to really think about the things that you're doing in your business. And if you are established, this should be changing over time. This should be changing over time. There are things in my business I no longer do that I did when I was first starting out. I no longer have to do those things, right? And so our role as an owner, if we're going to carry the vision, if we're going to instill the vision in others, we're going to watch over the vision, there's some things we can't be doing. We can't be cooking spaghetti. Now, if you have a day where you just don't have a cook, you can cook, but that's not your day-to-day activity. You shouldn't be on the vans every day driving. There's some things you should not be doing. You should not be in the classroom. You want to know why? Because you have to put yourself in income-producing activities. That's your job as an owner, to produce income, to make sure there's a good flow of students coming into your building, to make sure that compliance is coming so you can keep your quality rating. Your job is to make sure you do those things. Now, the only people this is different from is my in-home centers. And if you are in-home center and you are the majority caretaker of the kids, I still suggest that you have a part-time person that can come in at least 20 hours a week so you can put on your owner hat, right? Maybe this person comes in and helps you intake all the kids in the morning, help you teach and change. So once you've done the meat of the morning, they can help you cook while you do paperwork, doing that. Maybe just those 4 hours a day. Or maybe your hardest 4 hours is doing dismissal, right? But if you are always tied to those kids, even if you're in a home, then you are not having a quality of life, and your business is not having a quality owner, a quality executive. You have to be an executive in your business. If you're not an executive in your business, what's going to happen, Brandy? Compliance is going to start seeping through the gaps. Parent customer service is going to start seeping through the gaps. You're going to start losing money because there will be a day that you will make more money than you can watch. And that's not even a prophecy. That's just the truth. There will be a day that you will make more money than you can watch. You will not miss $1,000. Let me tell you how I know. Twice, I've lost like $30,000 in my business. One time, my CPA called me and was like, "Girl, what's going on over there?" And I'm like, I don't know. And German was like, my CPA is actually Ephraim, but my account manager is German. She was like, "You don't have hardly any deposits." And I'm like, "Oh my God, somebody is stealing from me." Wasn't nobody stealing. My credit card machine was no longer batching. My credit card machine had not batched in almost 11 days. It was literally almost $30,000 sitting in a credit card machine. Come on, y'all. I ain't missed a beat. I'm still going to Papados, eating fried shrimp, just cutting up. There will be a day when you will make more money than you can watch. Also, people don't want to steal, I hope, but people will steal from you if they are tested, if they are attempted is the word. And so you want to make sure you have automation setting up where people are not even touching money like that. It's no sense in even making them tempted to steal from you. Okay? So one of the things as an owner you need to have a good command over is the money flow. So this is the form that you're going to do. What tasks do I currently do? Some of you are not going to be able to put all the things you currently do in this box because you do too much. And it's okay. Turn a piece of paper over and keep writing. What tasks normally go unattended and neglected? This is very important. This is very important. You know that fire drill. How many of y'all ain't done a fire drill in the last 3 months? Put ouch if it's you. I ain't gonna tell nobody. But there are some things in your business that may be going unattended, right? Doing your staff reviews. Is that going unattended? Doing your compliance walkthroughs. Is that going unattended? When was the last time you walked your playground to make sure everything is good? Is that going unattended? How many of you be late on those van and vehicle registrations? Is that going unattended? Newsletters. Are they timely? Following up with leads. Is it going unattended? Because if things are going unattended, it probably needs to assign to someone else. And then what things can you train others to do? And I like to take things off the unattended list or things that I just don't like doing anymore. I hated doing food service. When I tell you I hate doing food service paperwork, but I love getting that $12,000 every month. I love it. I love it. It pays my cook. It pays my utilities. It pays for the food. But I hate doing food service. Making all them little checks, putting it in a computer, counting how much milk we were supposed to. I hate it. So do I want to lose $12,000 or do I need to assign it to someone? I need to assign it to someone, okay? So there are duties in your business that are highly necessary. And if you don't like to do them, you need to ask yourself, Brandy, Benita, Angela, LaDonna, Shaquita, April, Shonda, Crystal, Miranda, Cherise, Carolyn, Sonia, Quinn, Shakita, Ebony, Dr. Trina, Gina, who should be doing them? And you need to train them. That needs to be your first priority in the new year. Taking that list of what's going unattended and training somebody for that to be their baby that they rock. Let me tell you, my infant teacher, not an administrator, but my infant room teacher, Lord Jesus, I love this lady. She's going to make sure all of our infant forms are done. She helps my mom file files and go through files. We close our infant program down the last 30 minutes of the day. She works the door. You got to find a way to make your center run optimally. Who says that every program in your center has to end the same time? We end our infant program 30 minutes before the day is over with. Infants need to be with their mama a little bit more. I don't like having infants that long. So we start our infants 30 minutes after we open, and we end our infants 30 minutes before we open. They still have an 11-hour window. Why? That gives the infant room teacher a chance to reset their room, send out those parent announcements, go give other teachers breaks. You got to find a way to use people. My pre-K teacher in one of my campuses, this woman can decorate better than any decorator that I know of. So we give her an extra hour about 3 times a week. So she resets the bulletin boards. She puts out the papers. She prints the homework, make it all pretty and frilly. I don't have to do that. You don't have to do everything in your business. You have some A players or B players who love to do specialized things. Use them to your advantage. You don't have to do everything. And then last but not least, you need to see what will be your new role. Just like you are doing job descriptions for others, you need to go and you do job descriptions for yourself. Some of you, if you were to evaluate yourself based on your job description, you would be an F player. Want to know why? Because you're doing the job of everybody else, but not the executive that you were called to be. You would get a good A player as a teacher because you be fiddling around in them classrooms. You may get a good A player as a cook, but are you an A player director? Are you an A player owner? Are you doing what you're called to do in your job description? Or are you too busy doing everybody else's role? So before you talk about anybody else in your people, processes, and automation, you got to look at what you're primarily doing in your business. And you may be the reason why your B players and F players are B players and F players, because they don't have any responsibilities. None. If you don't have any responsibility to an organization or to a system, you're going to just chill in the cut. That's it. But when I'm over something, when I'm responsible for something, when something belongs to me, I want to do a good job. Right? And so you have to go out and teach them. Make them little disciples of the bulletin board. Make them the parent liaison. Make them the program director of graduation. And when you do these things, they have accountability. They have ownership. They want to show up. But when you're not giving them any place to shine because you're keeping all the light for yourself, then they're not going to show up. And the truth is, you don't want the light. You got to learn to trust people. Brandy, that failed me before. I trust people before. Trust people as far as you train them. If you train them to do something, trust them to do that. I ain't say let them come to your house and sit and eat with your husband and your mama. Trust them as much as you've trained them. And then train them on the next thing. And then extend their trust. And then train them on the next thing. And then extend their trust. You don't have to give everybody everything at one time. All right? When we look into what we should be doing, we have to go back and ask our question this. What should we trash? What should we trim? What should we transfer? And what should we treasure? Trash. These are things you need to stop doing altogether. Trim. These are things that you maybe need to do less of and assign to someone. I don't do tours, but I can do a tour. I'm going to close a tour every day because I understand I'm not just adding a baby. I'm adding $10,000 to my bottom line. Hey, I'm a best tour giver, but I can't do 30 tours a month. So I do less of them. I trimmed it, transfer it, delegate it to someone else. That food service, child, that is transferred. It don't belong to me. I'm not your mama. Y'all ever read that? Who is my mother? Or where is my mother? Food service program. I am not your mother. I will babysit you. I will check over that paperwork the last day of the month. But girl, I can't do it. And then treasure. What should you really keep for yourself? One of the things I keep for myself, I like training my staff. I like the HR role. I like imparting vision. I love that. I love that. I treasure that. I love teaching. Y'all can tell I love to teach. I love to teach. So sometimes I let my directors and I hire people to come in and teach. And there's some great teachers on here. Shout out to Joya Henry. I don't know if she's on here. She does training for childcare centers. I think I saw Robin earlier. She does trainings for childcare centers. Coach Stacy, Dr. DeShannon, they do great trainings. Training is one of the things I love, so I treasure it. Another good thing, I am good at relationships. I am good at finance. Those are things I treasure. But what I treasure may not be what you treasure. You may love that stinky old food service. You may love making all them little checks on that POS. You may love it. I don't love it. So I transfer that. You have to decide based on your analysis, what are you going to trash? What are you going to trim? And what are you going to treasure? In the chat, I want to know one thing you're going to transfer. One thing you're going to transfer. Thank you, Miss Pat. She said, my eyes are open and all of this is great. Thanks. Work for you. That's what I'm saying. You got to. I have to get an appointment calendar for tours and teach someone else to do it. Angela, I don't even want you to get an appointment calendar. I'm going to show you an automation for scheduling tours in just a second. All right, everybody is dropping something. They're going to transfer. What are you going to transfer? Now, Daphne, that's a little She said, nah, okay, I don't know about this one. She said, what is Daphne? Going into the classroom for anything. Listen, I ain't say that. Now, if you gotta go in there for a moment, you can do it, but don't be going around there and say, Coach Brady said, I can't go in here for anything. Compliance and keeping up with files. If you know you're not good with files, please transfer it and just audit it every once in a while. You know, I don't do files. We have office managers at our center, so that is something I've transferred as well. All right. I love it. You guys are doing a great job. If you're enjoying this day, say yes, yes in the chat. And if you haven't shared this video, make sure you share it. We're supposed to get down to our last 20 minutes. So the other thing that we have to make sure is that we have those standard operating procedures. Now, I can't spend a lot of time on standard operating procedures, but you have to have written guidelines if you're going to transfer anything. But I promise you, everybody say January. In January, in our membership, and those of you who are not in our membership, I'll let you know there are hundreds of you that are not in our membership, and our membership is just $24 for the first month. So I really encourage you, at least do a month with us. Just do a month with us. But in January, we're going to go deeper in your owner's role, and we're going to help you crank out a few SOPs. Our January theme is going to be ownership. In February, we're talking about enrollment. And we're going to have to talk about enrollment in January some, because we can't wait till February to focus on enrollment, right? But if you want me to, guys, I will really do my Enroll 20 challenge again and spruce it up. But enough of you have to tell me you really want me to do it again. I haven't done it in a while. But in January, we're going to talk about the owner's role. In February, we're going to be talking about enrolling to the maximum and how to manipulate your classrooms to get more students. So we'll make sure that we do that. Okay. We want to make sure that you guys get that information. I'll make sure that I drop it in the link. I know it's coming up in one of the slides, but well, it's just childcaremembership.com where you can find the information. But we'll make sure that you guys get that. Okay. All right. Oh, it's just $24 the first month. Yeah. In January, we'll talk about ownership roles. In February, we'll start talking more about enrollment. So I want to tell you my secret weapon. Many of you have experienced my secret weapon actually over the last week. How many of you, when you signed up for this challenge, you got a message from me? Right? You got a message and it said, thank you for the challenge. And then some of you bought a challenge pack, and then you got an email and said, hey, here's your challenge pack. And then some of you woke up this morning and it said, hey, don't forget that you're going to see Brandy at 10 o'clock today, and she's going to be ready for you. How many of you got all of these messages? Now, listen, I want to let you know, I ain't sending none of that trash. I ain't do none of that. That was all automations. And those automations was making me look good, but it really was technology. It really was technology doing its thing to help me look good, to help me serve you better. How many of you know it's so much cheaper to employ technology than to employ people? Technology don't get the flu. Technology don't have babies. Technology don't get a boo that's want to take her to Jamaica. Oh, Lord. Technologies don't want to take vacation the same time you take vacation. Technology is your friend, and it's one of the most underutilized things in childcare. So we talked about people a little bit yesterday. We talked about you as an owner. We hit on processes, but I want to talk about automations for the rest of our time today. Because if you have the correct amount of automations, you're going to find that your business is going to flourish. When I say flourish, it is going to flourish. So let's talk about some key automations that you should have in your childcare center. First, I want to talk about some pros and cons. Now, this is a con. Pros. Automations help you rise. Y'all know that song, I'll rise up. Right. We want you to rise up. I'll rise like the day. I want your bank account to rise. I want your proficiency to rise. And the way automations help you rise is, one, it reduces staff involvement. When you reduce staff involvement, you reduce payroll, and you also can reduce mistakes, right? You can reduce forgetfulness. Have you ever asked one of your directors or leaders, hey, did you call such and such? And they say, oh my God, I forgot. Oh my God, I was gonna do it, but I got busy, right? Two, it increases efficiency. This morning, when y'all got that first message, me and my husband was eating breakfast, and my phone buzzed, and it was like, oh, day 2 is starting soon. I was like, look at that. Look at God making me look good. That wasn't me, but it increased my efficiency. It got you to show up again today. Speed of response. Sometimes we are so slow to respond to requests that comes in our daycare, to applications, that we lose really, really good leads. And then E, it establishes process and flow. Now, these are the cons. And this is one of the reasons most of you just are not checking for automations. One, the cost of implementation. You're like, oh my God, to set this up, I don't want to pay these few $100s. I don't want to pay $1,000, right? But if you look out in the future, how much money you're going to save and how much money you're going to make, you will say, oh my God, the cost of implementation is worth it. Number 2, time to implement. Well, we know that some of us have a learning curve, and I want you guys to stop proclaiming you're not good with technology. If that's you, just put stop. Stop speaking that over yourself. I want you just to stop, because if you keep speaking it over yourself, you're telling your mind to totally disregard the solution. You're saying, don't think about it. I'm gonna keep tracking tuition for these 40 students on paper. But what happened when the 40 students become 400 students? Some of you can't grow because you're using old things. And sometimes you do gotta just take the time and learn new things. It's true. You take the time to learn new recipes. You take the time, right? You take time to buy new clothes. You take time to get a new hairstyle. Why can't you spend an hour learning a new system? I want you just to stop it. Just stop. Maria says, girl, stop. I know she's talking to herself. I know. Yeah, I know. Listen, I love pen and paper too. I love it. And I can use it as a default as my learning style. But I can't discount other solutions that's going to bring me hundreds of thousands of dollars in my business. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove this to you. Okay, 2, we lack infrastructure. You may say, well, I don't have a website that does all of that. So invest a few $100s in getting one. And you don't always have to have something new. A great automation specialist can sometimes use what you have if it's built on a decent platform, right? And then the other con is monitoring the automations that you already have, right? If you don't monitor certain things, they can slip through the cracks. You still have a human element to any system, okay? You have a human element to any system. So here are the 5 major things I like to see our clients automate in childcare. And there, if you look at your workbook, I gave you 10 different automations. So please make sure that you have your challenge pack. I can't go over all 10 automations in the next 10 minutes because that's all I have left. But you can go and look at those automations for yourself. So I want you to make sure that you promise me, hey, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at these automations. Let me drop this since someone asked for it. Okay, I dropped it in the chat for you. So let me share my screen. This is the first thing that you want to be able to automate. One is your lead generation. Lead generation for who? Any lead, whether it's staffing or students. You need somewhere to make sure they collecting your leads. And I like it on my website. My website has an application and it has an enrollment form. Client management. Most of us use things like ProCare, Brightwheel. I use Kangaroo Time. What else is out there? I don't know. Y'all tell me what you're using. But client management should take payments, should be able to send notices, should be able to send forms, right? And then staffing and marketing. These are the main things I think you should automate. So let me show you an example of how this looks and why it's important. So in our automation flow, our goal is to get more clients. If your goal is to get more clients, just put more in the chat. If you want to make sure your seats are full, you get more. And if your end client is to get more staff, just put more. Because we understand that if we have more staff, we can take more students, all right? So there's something called speed to lead. And my friends at Sotellus, they came and did a training in December, and I think it's already in the portal for those of you who are in our membership. And they talked about 78% of people, they purchase from the first daycare that responds. So if you're responding to a parent request 3 days, they already got a center. Same thing with staff. If you are calling somebody to interview 2 weeks after they fill out the application, they already got a job. People are 100 times more likely to connect to get the sale, to get the employee, if they connect within 5 minutes. And you're like, Brandy, how can I respond in 5 minutes? Automations. Simply automations. Having an autoresponder saying, hey, we got your request. Someone will be reaching out to you. 93 businesses take up to 24 hours to respond. Now, if I'm 100 times more likely if I respond immediately versus an hour, how many more times likely am I to get that business if I can respond within 24 hours? So let me ask you a question. Someone calls and leaves a message, or someone leaves a form on your website, how long does it take you to respond? Be honest. Is that a day? Is that an hour? Is that within 24 hours? Because if it's taking you too long to respond, you're leaking money. You're leaking money. Well, why is it taking you too long to respond? Because you're cooking spaghetti. You're driving the van. You're opening the door. You're teaching in the class. And so if that's your life right now, or maybe you're just not at the center, you're running multiple businesses, you need something that can respond for you, right? We need to break that curve. So this is what one of our partners does. As soon as a parent asks about scheduling a tour, they fill out a form, you set up the parameters, and that parent schedules that tour instantly, right? You're all the way out of the process. That parent can schedule that tour instantly. You can get information when they schedule that tour based on your time that you set. Then you could call them and follow up, give them all the information. My automation goes a step further. I send out a video saying, hi, this is Miss Woods. You know, I'm so excited. Here is our pre-enrollment packet. We encourage you to bring this packet filled out, or you can complete it and send it back to us online. I'm telling you. Bethany says, I have automated earlier this year, and it's been a game changer for me, right? Then they schedule the time. Now, once they schedule the time of the tour, what is the automation going to do? It's going to confirm the tour. It's going to say, oh my God, Bethany, thank you for scheduling your tour for Johnny. I know Johnny is going to love it here at Imagine Me Academy. Here's your tour time, and here's who you'll be meeting with that tour. And then the day before, we're so excited to see you tomorrow, Bethany. An hour before, Bethany, we're waiting for you. Right? So the same thing for employees. And an employee, they fill out an application. right? You can literally decide, oh, this is a good applicant. I want them to schedule their interview. Or you can say, I don't know. But you want to send them something warm and friendly and say, thank you so much, Maria, for applying to Imagine Me Academy. At this time, we don't have any open positions, but we would love to keep your application on file if we have anything available open in the future. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please contact us at blah, 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 blah. That way, you can make sure that someone is always communicating on your behalf. And there are so many other automations, but I wanted to talk to you about these two. So most of you have the same question. Well, Brady, who can do it for me? I'm going to answer that question in a second. The other thing is about just your speed to lead. There are things you can put on your website that when people ask a question, it can go directly to your phone. What are your hours of operation? I'm interested in my kid coming there. You can have preset answers. Oh, our hours of operations are, or if it's more complicated questions, it'll say something like this. Thank you so much, Quinn, for sending us this message. One of our directors will get back with you within an hour, or we'll get back with you as soon as possible. But they got a message. They got a message. And so you can do this through email. You can do this through text. As soon as you get a lead, you can make sure that your communication is deployed out in multiple ways. This is some of the basic automations you can do in childcare. And the reason why I chose these two is because we all want to be full and we all want the best employees. And so if we can automate those two processes and then automate payments, I mean, we are literally buying ourselves back time. We are cheating the clock. So in our workbook, I gave you several automations that you should have. I'm not going to go over it today, but make sure that you take a look inside of all of the automations you should have. We do have another automation to help us get good reviews from parents. That's our reputation management, tour scheduling, employment, lead generation, email marketing, social media, content marketing, SEO for your website, client-based relationships, which include customer surveys and feedback, analytics and reporting, mobile marketing and client management, customer support, whether they have questions or payments. All of these things can be built into your automation. So I want to share with you who we use for automations, right? This is one of our alliances. We use a company called So Tell Us, and they know that many of you will be requesting a demo. You can request a demo with them. The only thing we ask is you let them know that Childcare Millionaire sent you, because they have special pricing for our members. They have special pricing for our members, and we don't want you to miss out on that special pricing. They can get your automation set up for you. They can automate within your current website. They can also, if you don't have a website or you don't love your website, they can get you up and running for literally a few $100s. Their monthly fees are super low. I'm like $99, $199 low, depending on what packages you choose. You don't have to do this on your own. Isha is on their automation system. They actually showed the back office of hers. She had her appointment set up, her tours set up, her interviews set up. They are wonderful. And what I love about this alliance is that it's zero cost to demo with them. Like zero cost. They are hassle-free. They have their own designers. They have their own programmers. Anything that you want them to do, they can do. Right? So if you know that you are going to schedule a demo with them, I want you to put demo. This is not something Childcare Millionaires do. We can lead you to what you should have in your automations, but we let the experts do what the experts do. So go ahead and put demo, put demo if you know, like, you know what? I'm just going to at least invest. I'm going to invest 30 minutes to figuring out how can I get students in faster? How can I get employees in faster? How can I take payments faster? How can I have my website answer people's questions? How can my technology work for me when I'm sleeping? How can I increase my tour show up rate? How can I increase my interview show up rate? If you want to streamline these things, you need automations. You need automation. Oh, Janice said, listen, we've signed up and we have our reviews rolling in too. They have a technology that collects reviews from your parents and it instantly posts good reviews, only the good ones for you on Google and on Facebook. And it also reposts it for you on Google and Facebook every so many days, where you're getting that positive image circulating through the community. When I tell you this company is amazing, it's one of our biggest alliances, right? The name of the company is So Tell Us, and I did put their link in the chat. And if you're interested in demoing with them, type the word demo. We're definitely going to send them this recording. And then if they see the word demo, you may get a little love from them. Robin, I guess she uses them. She puts best service ever. I love it, Robin. Thank you so much. I don't I don't own a company, but I wish I did. It only helps me to help you, but we don't own So Tell Us, and we don't benefit from you using So Tell Us, besides the fact that we want your center to grow. Okay. And so they are one of our affiliate partners, they're one of our sponsors. And so I just wanted to make sure you guys got the best resource. So go ahead and put demo if you want a demo, but make sure you schedule your demo at sotellus.com/demo. And you can also use the QR code. Everybody take a screenshot real quick. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to take a screenshot. And we're going to be wrapping up because we go into our VIP Q&A, which is on Zoom. It's on Zoom. Our VIP Q&A is on Zoom. It's not on Facebook. So if you have bought the VIP packet, go ahead and make sure you check your email for that Zoom link. Okay. So this is day two's homework. Day two's homework. You are going to complete your owner analysis quadrant. Number 2, you are going to make sure that you create a list of key automations you want to employ. So you may say, you know what, the first thing I want to do is I want parents to be able to schedule a tour, or I want parents to be able to pay automatically, or I want my staff, their first week of working for me, I want them to get an email every single day with a new video training. Whatever it is that you want to automate, make a list. Don't filter it based on your ability. Make a list. Make a list. All right. Number 3, complete your marketing plan. In your packet, there's a whole marketing plan that you need to complete. It's talking about specials you may run or things you may do in your business. We didn't get to talk about that live, but we will cover it in our VIP session. We just can't cover everything in an hour and 15 minutes. And we're actually 4 minutes over. I'm sorry about that. So after you do your homework, you can post your badge in the group. Make sure you do that. It was already emailed to you. And I just want to say to this, Taj, you really touched my heart. I saw you on today. She said, listen, good morning. I apologize for the delay in this post, but I desperately wanted to get on and give my feedback for day 1. I literally cried tears when I read this. She said, listen, I'm struggling and I'm too afraid to share my whole truth publicly. And I understand that. I've had those times. I've opened my center in 2021 and baby, it's been a roller coaster. The day before Francesca, shout out to Francesca, sent me the invite to this workshop. I was certain that it was my time to throw in the towel. Not so, Taj, not so. I have made some huge mistakes that put me in a financial chokehold. If anybody has been there, put girl, I've been there. Let her know she's not alone. In 2023, I took accountability, but my procrastination due to stress is crippling. Most days I'm over it. And listen, I just want to say, listen, no fight left. But she said something very important here. For a few years, I've been watching ladies on Facebook go to childcare conferences and workshops, and I wanted to be a part. But the asking price for this stuff was just out of my reach. So I'm super appreciative for this free workshop. For 2024, I'm working on a small budget so I can be a member of this community. Girl, you're already a member. We have a free membership. You are part of the family. Yesterday, I learned so much alone. One being I need to plan and organize better. I need to make sure I have these A players on my team. And then she goes on to say thank you, Brandy, in the community. So she's looking forward to day 2. So listen, this warmed my heart so much. How many of you have just felt like, man, I really want a community. I want to be a part of a community. That's what Childcare Millionaires is all about. We're about being a community for you. And I just want to highlight that there are multiple ways to work with us. Some people think, oh my God, it's probably so expensive to work with. No, our association is a free association. It's absolutely free. And then we have 4 other programs. Daycare University is a program for people who are just starting their center. Some of them have not even started. We help them from step 1 to step 0 to step 100 to get their center open. But our middle thing is our accelerator membership. And this is where most of us start. And it's only $24 for your first month. And there's several different options. But I just encourage you to just give us a try in January. Then we have our Elevation Mastermind. And this is our coaching program, which has one-on-one coaching. It's definitely, more expensive. It is a more in-depth program. You meet with me and your coach monthly. We do 4 retreats a year. So it's a totally different program than our membership. But our membership, we meet every single month. You get virtually, you get touch points every single month. And then we have our Ascension program, which is our invitation only program. You have to have been in our Elevation program to get that invitation. But these are different ways you can work with us. But no matter where you work with us, you are part of our sisterhood. And if you look at the chat right now, people are like, yes, this is our family. We are a sisterhood. I needed that, right? And that's what we are. We try to be a family as much as possible. So right now we have a special. You can go to childcaremembership.com and you can do your first month for $24. Like, try us in January. If you love us, great. And you can always upgrade to our annual membership. But most people love our lifetime membership because it's kind of like if you paid a year, you would pay the same amount, but you get a ticket to our conference that's valued at $997. You get to eat lunch with me every day. You get to do a VIP seat. You get all of those good things in our lifetime membership. So there are 3 ways to join this membership. So you could choose to spend $24, try us for a month, let us earn your business, become a part of the family. Or you can say, girl, let me stop playing. I've been around Childcare Millionaires long enough to know I want to be a lifetime member or I want to be an annual member, and you can do that as well. But I didn't want this day to pass without sharing that with you guys. So, and then Childcare Millionaires Live will be May the 16th through the 19th. If you've ever been to one of my conferences, you know it's lit. It's a great time. You will have a lot of fun at the conference. So tomorrow we'll be talking about financial wellness. I just wanted to make sure that I went over these things with you today to make sure that you knew that there was help, that there was room in this community for you, and that we absolutely love you. So we only have 5 minutes until we go to VIP boot camp, but go ahead and drop something that you learned. And I'm going to put up the homework so you can make sure that you grab this homework. And I just want to say I am so happy for everyone who shared. Go ahead and grab your homework. And if you're a VIP, we will see you in the Zoom. We will see you in the Zoom. That's what we'll be. Answering questions, loving on people, making sure you have everything that you need. All right. Everybody should have that link. Get your homework done. So I have a big question. How many of you are going to join us for day 3? If so, put day 3 in the chat. Yes, and girl, we are definitely here to support you. We are definitely here to support you. Look at Francesca being the hero. Come on, Francesca. All right, guys. So that is it for today. If you're going to join us on day 3, make sure you put day 3 in the chat. Make sure you put day 3 in the chat. We cannot wait to have you. All right, we're going to close out today. We'll see all of our VIP members in VIP.
And we at this millionaires thing. You know what I'm talking about. Stop. You know exactly what I'm saying. This millionaire childcare thing, look, man, we're loving it. We're having such a good time here. We're learning so much. I'm learning how to deal with my honey. I'm learning how to deal with my money. I'm learning how to deal with some of these folks, too, that I don't like.
This is day 1, and I'm having an absolute great time. I flew all the way in, scared to get on the plane, and this is my first time getting on the plane in all of my life, and I'm so excited that I did it. If you haven't been here, you need to try. It's awesome. I had a great time. I'm having a great time.
Experience here at the Millionaires Conference has been awesome. Just the sisterhood and finally meeting the people that I've come in connection with face to face has been totally awesome. I love you, Brandy. Thank you for everything that you have done for me.
Nothing like the Childcare Millionaires Conference. Listen, every year you need to make sure you find yourself in the place. This morning we started out with Michelle DeJohnson, and she told us how to build it, but not just build it, baby, how to build it big.
Y'all, I don't know how to say this. I hope y'all are hearing me on a deeper level than just your ears. Because some of you are about to walk into amazing opportunities where people are going to say, I just don't want this anymore. Will you take it?
And then I hit the stage and we rock the boat, we work the middle, and then we change positions. And we are going to go from being that tiny boat to a huge ship. And then tonight we are going to party, party, party. And we invite you back to celebrate with us this year, next year, every year. Because at Childcare Millionaires, we constantly go to the bank, baby.
A lot of times we hire low. We hire low and we expect them to go high. We gonna hire high. We gotta get some of us don't want to hire good people because we know we don't do what's right.